To eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
We've been reporting about the Vinland Energy Plant fire in Clay County, which led to evacuations within a 1-mile radius of that plant. It's located on Gabbard's Fork Road. Around 50 homes and several residents from a nearby nursing facility were told to leave overnight. But as we reported during Mountain News First at 4, that road is back open and residents can now return home. WYMT's Olivia Calfee just got a first look at the energy plant and is live now in Clay County with the latest. Olivia.
Good evening, Steve. I am here right outside of the energy plant. I'm actually at the bottom of the hill, but I can confirm that everything is safe. They did let us go up earlier and get a first look and also get some footage for you all to be able to see. But like I said, they let me go up there, so I can say that it is safe for folks to go on ahead and return home. But here's a little bit more of what I have learned throughout the day.
There were no huge explosions prior to our arrival, but there was an active propane burn going on at that moment in time, and so we responded accordingly.
Ravel Berry, Deputy Director of Clay County Emergency Management, says that situation at the Vinland Energy Plant led to folks within a 1-mile radius be asked to evacuate from their homes. Rubelie Henson explained what that moment was like.
This morning at 3 o'clock, the sheriff's department came to my house and they had their lights on and told me I needed to leave.
But as of approximately 3 p.m. on Thursday, Henson and her neighbors returned. And Berry says she expects folks to be able to rest without concern.
The emergency at this point, we do not expect any changes, but we will continue to monitor it with emergency management for the next 48 to 72 hours.
And once again, I was allowed up there, so I can tell you that the fire is out, but they are closely monitoring the situation. And in the last couple minutes, Steve, I've also received some new information from officials at ARH. Now, I've been told that 25 of the residents from the landmark of Laurel Creek Nursing Center are at ARH this evening. I have been told that they are on their own floor. It is all of the residents on the same floor, and they are being taken care of by their own nursing staff from the rehabilitation center. They are expected to get back into the area tomorrow, but they're safe tonight, and they are at ARH in Hazard. So that is all of the updates that I have for you. But once again, I am here live in Clay County. Olivia Calfee, I'll go ahead and send it back into you.
All right, what could have been a bad situation ends with no reported injuries, so certainly some good news coming out of Clay County this afternoon. Olivia, thank you. We have all of our coverage on the plant fire and evacuation on our website, WYMT.com, and the WYMT News app.
To go into this evening, but we're not totally done with the rain or storm chances to go into tonight. Watching out for a few light showers or a few areas of drizzle from Elliott County pushing into parts of Johnson County, also close to Louisa over in Lawrence County at this hour. But the heavier showers and storms still over south central Kentucky. A first alert for our friends along and west of I-75, places like Wayne County, close to Somerset over in Pulaski County, also close to Mount Vernon over in Rockcastle County. We are tracking some heavier downpours, a few thunderstorms. Some good news though, these are not severe, but they are loud, also heavy in some areas. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in place along and west of Highway 15. I do think the better chance for a strong storm though will stay close to Lake Cumberland as we go into this evening. Tracking some mild weather, also some dense fog to wake up on Friday as lows are back in the upper 50s to lower 60s, and we are not done with the severe weather chances just yet, as we could see another threat by Sunday. Those details on the way in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you very much. Want to get to some breaking news now out of Moorhead, where an investigation is underway at the home of owners of a drug rehab facility. Grayson Passmore is there with the latest.
There are still a lot of details we're working to learn here on Rice Road. We can tell you that Kentucky State Police confirmed a raid is happening at the home behind us. And we did independently confirm that the home owners are Edgewater Recovery owners, John and Mira Elam. KSP also tell us the investigation is being handled by the Electronic Crimes Division. Now, this has caused quite a stir in the Moorhead community, with countless neighbors driving by to see what's happening out here. And while we work to learn these answers, we're going to give you a little background information on John Elam and his wife Mira. Back in January, the Department of Justice announced they reached a multi-million-dollar settlement agreement with Edgewater over False Claims Act violations. According to the agreement, Edgewater ordered complex urine drug tests for all its patients on a weekly basis without considering if they were needed, and in many cases, not using the results. The expensive tests were then billed to Medicare and Medicaid. Then in February, the Elams were arrested in Bath County. John Elam was charged with operating a motor vehicle under the influence of a controlled substance. Mira Elam was charged with public intoxication of a controlled substance, excluding alcohol. Now, as soon as we learn more information about the ongoing situation out here, we will, of course, update you. In Moorhead, Grayson Passmore, WYMT.
All right, Grayson, thanks, and we'll, of course, have the latest tonight at 11. A Corbin man was charged with falsely reporting an incident on Wednesday. Police responded to a complaint of someone threatening people in a neighborhood. Police later determined the complaint filed by Marion Roden was false. Roden was charged with falsely reporting an incident and falsely identifying himself. Roden was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A woman was charged in Mingo County, West Virginia after police said they found her carrying drugs. Crystal Atkins was arrested on Wednesday. Police charged her with possession of fentanyl and cocaine. Atkins was also charged with obstructing an officer. A man reported missing in Laurel County on Wednesday has been found. Police said Austin Kidd was located today. Kidd was reported missing after police said he was last seen on May 17th. It was Tuesday when former Powell County Judge Executive James Anderson died suddenly. Kentucky State Police say he fell off an equipment trailer in Jackson County and later died at a local hospital. Following this, those who worked with him are sharing more about his life. Alyssa Williams has more.
Numerous people are in mourning following the sudden death of former Powell County Judge Executive James Anderson. And now those who worked alongside him during his decade-long tenure are coming forward, sharing those memories that they had with him and discussing the legacy he leaves behind. Anderson died after falling from an equipment trailer. He served as Powell County Judge Executive from 2012 to 2022.
He was a very humble person. That's probably one of the best compliments I can give him.
He worked alongside several people like clerk Jackie Everman.
He wasn't a flashy type person. If he did something, you hardly knew that he did it because he didn't like to take credit for a lot of things.
Rebecca Blankenship worked on Anderson's re-election campaign in 2022.
You know, Donald Trump had won Powell County by 45 points as a Republican, and James only lost by 5 as a Democrat. So that tells you. You know, people were willing to cross the aisle for him because he was willing to cross the aisle for them.
She says he helped to establish the county's emergency dispatch and operations center, helped to bring high-speed internet to the county, and brought in millions of dollars in grant funding.
James would do anything for the people of Powell County, and he did. James's legacy is one about caring for your neighbors, of treating every single person like they belong and they have a future in the place where they live.
In Powell County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Officials with Perry County Schools have announced the location of South Perry Elementary School. The school will be built on the same property as R.W. Combs Elementary off Highway 15. Chief Financial Officer Jody Maggard says they've been looking at properties for the school for several years. He says it will be built as a new school and not an addition to the existing R.W. Combs.
It will be a completely new school. It will no longer be R.W. Combs Elementary. This is going to be South Perry Elementary. It'll have its own unique mascot, color scheme. The board is going to allow the students and staff to be a part of that selection. And it is going to be a new school. It is not going to be tied to the old R.W. Combs Elementary School. That school will be torn down through demolition.
Maggard says R.W. Combs will be torn down after South Perry Elementary is built, ensuring no one will move during the process. Education advocates met in Hazard today to announce a group that will fight against a constitutional amendment on November's ballot in Kentucky. As WYMT's R.J. Johnson reports, the group says it's all about protecting public schools.
In November, Kentuckians will vote on an amendment change on House Bill 2. An amendment public education advocates say will take money intended for public schools and funnel them into private schools.
Because of what's on the line, the stakes are high for our families, our schools, and our communities.
Advocates created the Protect Our Schools Coalition. Perry County School Superintendent Kent Campbell says they want to stand up for their community.
Protect Our Schools Kentucky is committed to safeguarding our public schools and standing up for our students, our teachers, our families, and our communities.
Public education advocate Sawyer No says this will take away funding schools across the Commonwealth need for their staff and students.
This November, one of the most horrendous attacks levied on public schools in the history of our Commonwealth will be on the ballot. The adoption of the voucher amendment would strip public schools of so many necessary resources and divert them entirely to private, unaccountable institutions.
Perry County Schools Chief Financial Officer Jody Maggard says schools serve as a hub in their community and looks back at the role the schools played during the aftermath of the July 2022 floods.
It wasn't even one day after that flood happened that this school right here, East Perry Elementary, began to serve as a distribution center for relief efforts in our county.
He says he has seen similar amendment changes in other states and has not seen positive outcomes.
Over time, the strain placed on public schools by this voucher scheme become too much, and this leads to radical disinvestment of public schools.
Campbell says they are dedicated to protecting the future of the state. In Perry County, R.J. Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
The race for the Democratic nomination in the 6th Congressional District went down to the wire. Ballots were counted Tuesday night, but the Associated Press just called the winner this afternoon. It shows Randy Cravens of Madison County winning by just 201 votes.
It's an indication of the strength of the party. I think that we're offering up better and more diverse candidates, and we gave the people of the 6th District a lot to pick from.
Of course, the 6th District covers much of central Kentucky, dips down into Powell County. There have been some questions on if a recanvass will take place because it was so close, but Cravens and Todd Kelly, the second place winner, both say they believe it's likely not going to change the outcome of the way it looks now. Adams says a recanvass is simply adding up some totals again, and history shows it's doubtful a different winner would be declared.
We are tracking some more spotty showers and storms to linger into this evening. Your forecast on the way after this break. Plus,
a pool opening ceremony included remembering a teenager that recently died. Why organizers say they wanted to